This session is brought to you by the Influence Marketing Platform. The Influence Marketing Platform is so intuitive, you'll swear it was built just for you. So go ahead and learn more about the automation software and get a demo at emarketingplatform.com.
So one of the things we didn't discuss in the very beginning was how we selected speakers. So I speak usually 10 to 20 times a year around the world. And a lot of the conferences we go to, or I go to, are really kind of biased, sponsor heavy, you don't really know what you're getting. So the way we picked speakers for this event and tomorrow, we actually just reached out to our network and said, who's the best person who speaks about X? And then we collected all those, we reached out to people and essentially vetted all those people to see how they work and if they're good speakers and if they want to do this for us. That's how we found Megan. So she just happens to be with Emma, but she's speaking because she's an amazing designer. And we're really happy to have her up here. So I'm just going to, one last thing, is that she's going to be presenting data that was collected by us. So you know that it's impartial. All right, up to you. Oh, you?
Can you guys hear me okay? Is the mic working? No?
Sorry.
Well, hey, that was like the best intro ever. Okay, so, like Mike said, today we are going to talk about email design trends and get untangled from the mic. Sorry. So like he said, my name is Megan Sokolnicki. I am with Campaign Monitor and Emma. We're part of CM Group, Family of Brands. So that's Emma, Campaign Monitor, Live Clicker, Delivra, Sale Through. But I primarily work with Emma. And I work with our clients as a designer, kind of an extension of their team, if you will. I help them create templates and ready to send beautiful emails. So I was so excited when really good emails approached me about talking about the top 10 trends that they identified over the past year. I gotta say, I saw the word trends and got a little nervous. And I think that's because I work with clients so much. I'm used to them being like, can you just make me like a trendy design? Can you just make it pop or just jazz it up? Yeah. So I want to say, like, yes, we're talking about the trends. But keep in mind, just because they're trends, it doesn't mean that they're good necessarily. It doesn't mean that they're effective. And it's just what people are doing. So as a designer myself, I really like to try to move that conversation away from, just doing something because it looks pretty and moving that conversation more towards what's effective. So what I thought would be really helpful for us to do together, we could just take it back to 2003 today and just rate each of these of your classic hot or not fashions. So I have some rules for this. We're going to look at how it's effective. So I'm saying effective, but what does that mean? So for email design, I think of effective as measured by two different factors. And those are comprehension and connection. So either use these trends to help me better understand your message or make me feel something. Make me help me develop positive feelings for your brand. And hopefully it's both, but we'll see. So are we ready for the first trend? Cartoons. First trend of the day. And I said cartoons, so really what I'm talking about is exactly this, like vector or hand-drawn illustration. And I feel like this is not really a surprise. This is everywhere right now. If you look at the event branding, this is on trend. So here's an example where you can see two emails that use this style. So this one is more of a hand-drawn style. This one is vector. First impressions for this trend, really love it. I think it's really personal and fun. And I am personally sick of stock photography at this point, just generic stock photos. So this seems like a really good answer to that problem. Feels like there's a lot more you can do, and it feels so much more inclusive. We're not just seeing like generic white girl eating salad. So I really am enjoying this trend. Here's some other examples, and a lot of these, they had people presented, but it's also with stuff. And there's something about this kind of playful style that just makes me trust it. It feels friendly. I feel like you're on my side. So yeah, overall, I really like this. Now, with each trend, I do want to look at it from both sides. So what is it at its best? What is it at its worst? So at its best, like I said, very playful, very inclusive, and feels very personal. At its worst, I see how you could go downhill with this. You know, maybe it could feel too childish or immature, depending on your brand voice, or tone deaf. You know, if you're sending someone some bad news, you probably don't want like cartwheeling frogs going around like that. Overall, though, this is going to get a hot for me. So our next trend. There's actually a more technical term for this, which I cannot neither say nor spell. So we're calling it faces and arms. And it's really just taking that last trend and just kicking it up a notch and just slapping some limbs and a smiling face on it. I was kind of confused about this one first. So here's some examples. Here's some examples of how you can see how this is being used. So I'm a little concerned about it at first, but I mean, okay, I get it. Not everybody has people to show that they're working, so, you know, maybe just put it on your product or just an inanimate object to show that they're working. I guess it's cute. But what I want to rope you guys into today is the dilemma that I've had for the past several weeks on whether or not this is cute or creepy. Because I get that it's supposed to be cute. I'm really scared of this one. I don't want to take a bite out of something that could bite back. You know? So I'm giving this one a creepy. I'd love to hear from you guys later thoughts on this trend. So thinking it through, it feels scary to me. It feels a little off-putting. On the flip side, okay, maybe you want to humanize your product. Maybe it does feel more accessible. Maybe it fits your brand. But I'm calling the shots today. Next trend is rounded edges. So I'm saying rounded edges. An example of that is on text boxes like border, button. You know, buttons we're already kind of used to having a rounded edge, but the pill shape is really popular right now. Also on images. So here's an example of a Google Home email, and this is one email to split into two different pieces. There's rounded edges all over the place in this one, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really smart how they've incorporated it, because right here you can see how their text messages are. And I think it's picking up on this like visual consistency that we're already using. We're already associating the rounded edges with something that you can touch or interact. And I think it's smart to see this trend moving in email as well, especially when we're thinking about people like physically touching on their phones and pressing. So I thought this was interesting. Here's some other examples, again with the images like I mentioned and the finishing everywhere. You can, I believe, fall into the trap of too many trends in one email. So the spot here of email right here, there's a lot of rounded edges. We've got the round in the background, we've got the round on the corners, the icons, buttons. It does feel like a lot. So I think it can be overdone. I'd like to say, you know, too many rounded edges feels a little safe, feels like a padded room, you know? Maybe just throw a 90-degree angle in there to shake things up. So keep that in mind with this trend. So at its worst, it can be overdone. And from a design standpoint, it could be kind of limiting. You know, it's not always easy to pair that with different design elements, so something to keep in mind. Overall, though, I really like the tactile nature of this. It feels very inviting. And like I said, it feels very consistent with other technology right now, so I think it's smart to move in this direction. So I thought. Our next trend, photographic signature. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So normally that is a headshot and your name or your title. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's in a lot of welcome emails. Also a lot of emails that have an article and you want to share the author. Maybe there's multiple authors and you're sharing all of this. I think this is a really nice touch. I think it feels very personal. I'm picking up too on the rounded edge of this. It seems to tie directly back to that rounded edge theme. We're seeing this in Gmail already with your contact name and their face. A lot of text messages are like that too. So it's picking up on that same kind of visual consistency. But I like the personal feel of this. For a while there, we had a lot of people like scanning in a signature and putting that there to feel like personal. It just felt like kind of a slap in the face because I know you can't sign email anymore. So I like this. I like how this is done. It feels like this was meant for me from you. So I think it's a nice way to do this. And here's some other examples of how you can see this done. I have to say, I've been doing email for about 5 years now. In that time, I've had one pet peeve, or one major pet peeve. And that is real estate emails that lead with their headshot, like their photographic signature, like front and center, at every single email. Like, I don't want to see your face all the time. We just want to see the property. Let me move on. So when this trend came up, I just had to put that in there. I don't want to see your face all the time. I think it's a very nice touch when done occasionally. I think it can be a little narcissistic if you're putting it at the forefront of every single email that you send. I do like this email though, right here. I would assume that's not being sent out all the time. It's got that cartoon style incorporated. So some things to keep in mind with this trend. So weighing it out, it does feel very personal. And it feels consistent, similar to the rounded edge theme. At its worst, narcissistic, and if you are in real estate and you are putting your face first with every email and you're sending it to me, you run the risk of me being highly annoying. So, weighing those odds though, it's still going to be a hot. Next trend. Okay, well, see how you guys feel. Neon green. You had the exact same reaction I had when I saw this. It makes sense for some brands. It's some people's color scheme, green, black, white, gray. It's really coming out of the field for a lot of brands, and I'm not really sure why. All of these examples are nice emails. They remind me of my alarm clock, and I truly hate my alarm clock. So, I was sort of instantly turned off. I feel like somewhere in the 80s, we were like, neon green and black means computer and means like technology and the future. And we just kept doing it. And we're not really sure why. We're just like, no, it's about tech. Let's keep doing it. And I think as the general public, we know what you're trying to do now. You're not fooling anybody. It feels like we're just kind of relying on this dated design trope to help us make our email look cool. So I'm not really sure why we're still doing it. Maybe we're just trying to copy Spotify at this point. But I know as a design community, I think we can do better. I think we can come up with some more creative solutions. So, it does fit your mood. You all had a reaction, so it's not that bad, I guess. If it makes you feel something, you just normally want to feel something good. But at its worst, it does feel a little dated, which is kind of funny because I feel like it's a dated way of trying to be new. So, at worst, dated. Also, it just feels like people are copying each other, not really knowing why. So, next trend is quotes. Quotes I found really interesting because the samples that we saw coming through this year, this quote's done in a lot of different ways. So, for example, this publishing email, the quote kind of sets a mood. It's a quote from a novel. The Totes example is using customer reviews as quotes. So we're seeing this in a lot of different ways. And I think at this point we all know not everybody's reading your email every time. You know, we're lucky if we get a couple of seconds of their attention. So I think using a quote is a really smart way to help not only visually break up that space, but also just tell us what we need to know quicker. It feels very respectful of our time. And I appreciate any kind of personal touch that I'm getting in an email. So yeah, I like it. And here's some other examples where you can see these are done in totally different ways. So this is a pullout from the article. That's like the coach on match day, I don't know. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. So I think it's a really interesting trend. So when I look at our best and worst, it's really easy to parse, and it does feel respectful. It feels like you get me, and it was meant for me, even though it's probably sent to a million people. At its worst, though, I really thought about this one, and I couldn't think of a worst case scenario, and I might regret this like next year, but I couldn't think of a worst case scenario for this. Maybe if the quote's really inappropriate. But yeah, I think stylistically and just as far as the content goes, it lends itself to a lot of different uses. Almost any brand could do something with a quote. So yeah, this is a resounding hot for me. Checklists is the next trend that we're seeing everywhere. And I'm very, very biased on this one because I have a checklist every single day of my life where I write like the easiest thing possible, like shower, or something. So of course I wrote this in email too. It really lays it out for me. It directs my attention on what I need to do next. And as marketers and as designers, we never want it to be a question of what we want our readers to do. So I think the checklist is very effective in making that happen. And it also feels very friendly. You know, it feels like you're trying to help me out. It feels kind of like a win-win. Like you're telling me in the easiest way possible what I need to do, but I'm doing it to engage with your brand a little bit. So it feels like we all win in this scenario. Also, with all of these examples, one is crossed off, like the befores have the checks and that is crossed off. I did not receive these emails, but I just saw this and was like, yes. It just feels like very gratifying, and I'm really into it. So, at its best, it sets expectations very effectively, I think. It also feels friendly. If I was to look at a downside for this, I could imagine maybe you have a really, really long checklist. It feels like very overwhelming, like home improvement list that just keeps going and going, and then you never do any of it. Maybe that's just me. So it could be overwhelming. Also, when sent with the wrong tone, it can feel kind of automatic and robotic. So I would say if you are going to incorporate the checklist, check the tone. Like, help it feel helpful. So that said, still hot. Next one is diagonals. All over the place. Here's some examples of what I'm talking about. You know, I kind of like the diagonal. I like how, you know, as email designers, I'm kind of stuck in that grid. So I like the diagonal as just something else to break up that space, like a new creative solution for me to help direct attention to the main takeaway of that mailing. So I think the diagonal is kind of fun, and I think it's really good at leading your eye where you want it to go. So these next examples, this North Face example is one email, and it kind of compels me to keep scrolling. And I think we always want people to keep scrolling, to keep interacting. So I think it's very effective at doing that. Also the example before,
It doesn't look like you have an app named Need Samples. If you'd like, I can help you look for it on the App Store.
how this would go wrong. Like, pretty easily, this could go wrong. If you threw in like 2 more diagonals to this North Face, like it's chaotic. Like it's, yeah. So there are some pros and cons to this one. Let's look at those show. So at its worst, it could be overused. It's already starting to get overused, which I hate because I do really love it. But it's getting overused. Also can be confusing. We saw with the rounded edge trend, too much of that could feel kind of safe. This one, like I said, feel kind of chaotic and harsh. So at its best, it does provide direction, which is very important. But I do think the worst outweighs the best in this scenario. So I'm giving it a warm. And yes, I know it should be a not. But I love diagonals, so I'm making up the rules and it's a warm. Okay, white text on a photo. Yeah. Still doing it. We're still trend. I know you know what I'm talking about because it's in literally every email I've received. At first, I see how it was a really good way to set a mood. You know, rather than just showing us a product, it focused on setting like an experience when we open it. Like the flowers. You're not trying to sell me the flowers. They're just like, feels fun. Same thing with the bows example. So I see where we started with this, but we are still doing this. And it feels old now. It feels kind of lazy. And I get it, I do it. Yeah, I mean, just take an image, take some text, slap it on there, hero image. It's design. So I get how we started. I don't get why we're still doing it. And because everybody has caught on to this trend, it doesn't stand out. We just keep seeing it. It's not really making an impact anymore. So at its best, it does set a mood. Again, it's better than nothing. It's something. So at its worst, it is overdone and just doesn't stand out. So it's a not. And I don't know what I'm allowed to do up here, but if we could just like make a pact to like try to stop doing that one and just lay it down once and for all, that would be great.
What do you do instead? Yeah, what's fun?
Maybe a different color, maybe not. I think with any of these trends, we can keep pushing the boundaries. I think the problem with this one that I saw is that it keeps being done in the same way. So I think we can take that trend, as we could with all of these, and just continue to evolve them. These are nice emails too. Just the trend is not.
I have a, sorry, just for a switch. So what I've started doing from some of my shoe brands is I am now taking the background image, or taking the image, making it a background image, having the white text and the hover effect, it changes the color.
Ooh, I like that. I'll take that as an evolution.
Because I was also tired of white text.
Yeah.
Literally, all 13 brands are doing it.
Yeah. And while we're on the topic, perfect segue into, I just would like us to take a moment to remember the trends that have come before. We lost a good trend this year, guys, and I felt like I couldn't stand up here and not talk about it. So at the end of any trend's life, we do have to say goodbye. And this past year, we lost our good friend. We used it for years. We used it when we wanted to feel rustic, DIY, masculine. But, you know, now it's moved on to a better place. And we wish you well with that. Last one. Doesn't seem that exciting, but unequal columns. I actually think it's pretty exciting. And I'm not talking about the fixed, like, right sidebar. We've seen a lot of examples this year similar to this, where you're using unequal columns to help kind of direct your eye. Rather than just group information, really allowing it to direct your eye through the mailing, showing me where to go in a more creative way, I think. And I think all of these are more effective because they do have single column rows in between. You know, it's not that fixed sidebar. So I think this is a very interesting way of evolving a trend that we typically would see in print and kind of experimenting again with that grid that we're stuck to with email. Here's another example of that. This is one email again that shows how it would look if you were scrolling. Also, notice the mix of trends of this one and cartoons and unequal columns. Yeah, I really love how it leads my eye through. You know, it makes it so easy for me to bounce from point to point. Yes. I really enjoy it. So weighing our best and worst, at its best, it does provide direction. And it feels unexpected. It feels a little more creative. At its worst, when I saw some of these examples, it did make me nervous. And I think it's because I do work with clients. I thought, oh my God, what's it going to look like on mobile? Like, what are they going to do with it? And I had to remind myself that these are professionals that are making these emails and not like Jane from accounting email today. So at its worst, it's not for everyone. Maybe not for Jane. But when done well, I think it's really effective. So, it's a lot. Now, that was the top 10. We did have a couple of honorable mentions I wanted to bring up briefly. Crazy confetti making its way to the trend table. This is showing up more and more. I think we're only going to see more of this. I bet this will be a trend this time next year. Also, sans serif fonts. We are mixing serif this year, and we have moved to sans. So we went through all those trends, and yes, that's what we're doing right now. But I really wanted to look at it to see what it says about us. You know, what are the underlying themes that we're seeing? And at the beginning, I said I'm looking at the effectiveness of these trends. So that meaning connection or comprehension. And with all of these trends, whether I rated them hot or not, I saw some commonality between all of them. And those things were feeling a little more personal. Also, a lot of the trends did a good job of evoking emotion and just generally providing direction, which is very important in any design. So, first of all, I loved seeing the personal theme come up. And we've talked about it a lot today already. I think it's very important to make it feel like a more human interaction when we're emailing people. So I love seeing that, even in like the checklist, making it easy. Photographic signature, obviously, like you're showing me you. Cartoons felt friendly. There are a ton of different ways that we are trying to make emails feel more personal this year. Emotion is very similar. We did a good job of trying to evoke an emotion, create an experience. You know, it's so important to have a positive association with your brand. And I like to think of that as if you were going to a restaurant for the first time, and the food could be like amazing, but if the service was terrible, you're probably not going to go back. And it's really similar when you're creating an experience with your email design. You know, your content could be just incredible, but if you're not creating a positive feeling from your subscribers, they're probably not going to pay attention. They're not going to be engaged. Finally, direction. We saw this with the unequal columns using negative space to direct your eye down. Also with diagonal lines, we're literally directing your eye. Also checklists. So of course, as designers, direction should always be at the forefront of our minds. This goes directly back to the comprehension theme. So yeah, all three of these were standouts for me. And if I could just end on the cheesiest slide possible, is to be yourself. Like, yes, these are the trends. This is what we saw happening this year. But it doesn't mean we just need to copy it for the sake of copying. I think the real takeaways here are what are the underlying themes? So for me, that was that personal feel, that creating experience, using direction. That's really what I think the trends are of the past year. Because if you're copying for the sake of copying, you're not going to be successful. You really need to understand why you're doing this. And like we said with the nouns earlier, like continue to evolve these. We don't want to see the same thing in our inbox every day. So as designers, let's take these trends with a grain of salt and just keep evolving them, keep pushing ourselves. Thank you.